Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country. And today, the world is talking about our top story for you. Dubai completes its first successful air taxi test flight.
And for this one, I feel like it doesn't come as a surprise. 90% of Dubai and Sharjah residents say they face daily traffic.
I feel like it's 100. We're also going to talk about this fan moment that happened on stage. A fan basically rushed the stage to give a massive hug to her idol, Shami. We're going to talk about that.
And we have a really special interview for you guys coming up about burnout, boundaries, and being kinder to yourself, which I feel like we can all do more of.
That's so true. We certainly can. And she's going to give us tips to do it. We've got Jessie Moyney joining us on the show. In today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 31 to 42 degrees. Massa is sick today. I feel like sickness is overcoming the office. We've got about 3 people down. So shout out to Ward for jumping in very last minute.
Thank you for having me, Casey.
Ward, air taxi flights. If I gave you the opportunity right now to hop on, would you be going?
No.
What?
Absolutely not.
Not yet.
I have a fear of heights. So no, like
airplanes?
Not airplanes, because in the airplane you can cover the window, you know? Like I can act like I'm not in the air.
Okay.
But with this, I feel like I'll be acutely aware that I am in the air, and that makes me so uncomfortable. And I can't, I really can't do it.
Look at them.
It looks so good.
How cool is this? It happened yesterday. Look at the visuals, they're absolutely phenomenal. It feels like the future is here. It's an all-electric air taxi, and it marks a step into eco-friendly travel. And once they are put in place among society, they will cut your commute times and support sustainability.
So according to a post on X by the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan, Dubai has successfully completed the region's first test flight of the Joby aerial taxi. Now, conducted through a collaboration between the Roads and Transport Authority and Joby Aviation, the test flight marks a major step toward launching full operations just next year.
This is going to be crazy. And he continued in the post, the all-electric aerial taxi represents a new leap in eco-friendly urban mobility, reducing travel times, enhancing quality of life and advancing sustainable development. This pioneering initiative is part of the UAE's broader vision to lead the world in innovation and the deployment of advanced technologies. Our nation's skies have opened up to new possibilities, and the best is yet to come. Dubai just keeps going, and we sit here and we'll question things, but how phenomenal. And so many people are nervous about this. Like, I'm not ready to jump into one, but at the same time, like, there'll always be people who say it's not going to work out, and Dubai just doesn't listen. And I love that. I love that so much.
I'm really interested to see how the entire parking situation is, because I feel like with a taxi, me and Casey were discussing this, you find the taxi area, or you order it from Careem or Uber, and so I'm just interested to see how is this going to be stationed in a mall? Are we going to have to go upstairs to the last level, and then we're going to find it? But you're going to get home in 5 minutes. Right? We're going to get home so quickly. And I think that's a bit scary, because I feel like that excuse of, sorry, I'm driving, or I'm in the car, I'm not at home,
traffic.
Exactly.
You can no longer use traffic as an excuse.
And for me, and honestly, Casey, I like my car ride. I like my long car rides. Okay, traffic is bad, but the one time in the day that I just cut myself some slack and I'm I don't need to do anything is when I'm in the car. Honestly, it's so strange, but when I'm in the car, I don't need to do anything. I can just exist with my music or just absolute silence, and I like it. I don't want to cut that commute.
How much time do you spend in traffic every day?
I'm not gonna lie, I do live far, so like 40 minutes to 55 minutes. At this
Each
point,
way.
Yeah, at this point, I'm so used to it, and I read a book, I listen to music, I listen to a podcast. Me and car time are very special. I know it's crazy, but I'm used to it by now.
So what you're saying is, if I gave you the opportunity to take a Joby Aviation air taxi to and from work every day, your commute time is going to be 8 minutes.
Maybe in the morning. Maybe in the morning, I would do it. Or if I had to get somewhere very ASAP, I would do it. But just no, I would not.
Well, this leads us so nicely into our next story because we put it to everyone who is stuck in traffic every day because there seems to be many of us.
So a new survey actually revealed that 90% of residents in Dubai and Sharjah experience traffic congestion on a daily basis, with 86% of UAE residents overall saying the issue persists across the country.
The situation appears to be worsening, although I must say there's also so much going on the road front. Sometimes I notice my A to B sometimes gets faster when a new road opens, and it's amazing. However, at the moment, according to findings, 80% of respondents believe traffic has become more severe compared to last year, which obviously raises concerns about commutes.
So when asked about the causes, the majority of residents in the survey cited the following. 65% blamed the sheer number of vehicles on the road, 54% pointed to uniform office start times, and 48% mentioned school schedules, while 45% said the reliance on private vehicles was a key factor.
Traffic congestion is reportedly at its peak during the school run, followed by morning and afternoon work commutes. Other commonly affected trips include weekend outings, school pickups, and even daily errands such as grocery shopping.
So, this data highlights the growing need for long-term transportation solutions, which we have just seen with the flying taxi. And honestly, by the way, all these reasonings that the residents have listed, I feel that they all have a sense of truth to them. Because right now, for me, Casey, I feel like ever since all the kids are in summer mode, they're not going to school. Honestly, my traffic time did go down.
We're gliding to work.
Exactly.
It's like a dream.
It's not that bad. It's honestly not that bad.
100%.
But I remember, Casey, I was on the show with you and we discussed this report. I think it was in April, where apparently 1,000 people moved here every single day. And it's I think to me, that's the reasoning. It's the fact that more people are coming to Dubai, and it's not going to stop anytime soon.
Of course, and it's not just Dubai. The entire country, we saw Abu Dhabi report yesterday in terms of the population has grown phenomenally in the last year by 7%.
Wow.
Which is wild, and more cars on the roads. But if you look at, as you said, the whys, the school runs.
Exactly.
And maybe the offices and what could be done. School start times, an option for flexibility, if possible.
School start times? No, I don't think they can change that one, because I feel like honestly, the thing that I miss about school the most, Casey, is the fact that I'd be done at 2:50.
It starts so early though, 8 a.m.
That's so good. Do you want to finish school at 5 or 6? I know some people do, but that is absolute misery. I do not want that for any child. I just think, to be honest with you, in this case, I do feel like some jobs can be done work from home. With media, I truly believe we need to be in the office. We're filming, we're using, the production studios. That is necessary, but there are some jobs for people who are sending emails all day.
True, but maybe people want to be in the office.
Really? Do we really think that?
I'm always flying the flag for work from home, but the honesty is you don't grow as a person. Hybrid, yes, please. Allow people the option, and then imagine if you split half the cities Monday to Wednesday and the other half the cities Wednesday to Friday, and allow that option. But I do think it's important for people to be in the office for personal growth.
Hybrid is a good point. I know a friend who works for this company, Casey, and basically they have a thing where you can take 2 days work from home per week. And it's when you take a work from home, they have, I guess, some kind of I think Zoho or something, where basically you can see who has taken a work from home literally right as you wake up. And it's nice because it's the people you work with, your team. If you open it and you're okay, XYZ are all work from home, I'll take it too. And it's I love it. And my friend does do that when they notice that okay, my manager is work from home. My seat, everyone's okay,
that
I'll take
sense.
it. Right? Isn't that such a good idea? And they move as a team.
Yeah.
When they notice one is gone, okay, fine. Well, we'll all be out.
Move as a team.
I love it so much. I do, because it's like, you know, they coordinate, and those 2 days they take off.
But that actually does make sense. I 100% agree. And maybe that for me would be a bit haphazard. Like, I like to know well in advance if I'm working from home or not, rather than on the day. That's just me. But if you did, like, it should be as a team. So it's not haphazard, like everyone's coming in on Monday, Tuesday. It's like you're in with your team, because the whole purpose is you're working with your team.
And if we have like a big meeting, we're all gonna come in. Exactly. I think that could work. It could work for some people.
Could work for some people. So yes, lots of us are experiencing traffic. However, this is summer in Dubai, and those roads are what you can look forward to for the next 2 months, because schools are closed. And I enjoy this time. It's quieter, it's more calm. What was not calm was a moment on stage in city centre Mirdif this weekend. You might have seen this video. Shami is a very famous Syrian musician, and he was performing at City Centre Mirdif. And let's just say this one fan, and actually more fans, really had their close personal moment with him.
So basically, first what happened is this woman jumped on the stage mid-performance, but Al-Shami stayed totally cool as security tried to escort her off. He even paused for a quick selfie with her, which is such a sign of such genuine grace.
From him, for sure. But it didn't stop there, because after that, a kid then hopped up on stage and shouted, "I love you." Fair play to Al-Shami, I think, for staying so calm throughout these moments. But I wonder at what point Al-Shami's not allowed to look upset here, because if he looked upset, people would rip him apart for not being gracious. Let's put it to you, Ward. You're on stage.
Never, Casey.
No, you're on stage. You've got the
okay.
mic. You are presenting. You are singing. You're doing your thing, and a fan runs up and says, "I love you," and starts hugging you and such. How do you react?
I mean, I would be very like courteous, like, you know, thank you so much. I would have a conversation with them, but like, please don't touch me. Honestly, like, don't do that. Like, or like, hey, I don't mind, like, even new people that I meet, I don't mind hugging them. It's just more of, if it's something that's out of the blue, like, I just feel like that would really shock me, right?
I think it would shock me too.
Like, it's just someone out of nowhere hugging you, and I cannot believe this is all real. Okay, it feels so staged.
What?
Like, it does. It feels so staged, because
look at that joy
like,
in her face.
Okay,
and look at that. She takes out the phone. Look at that perfect moment. She takes out the phone, and she looks. I love the selfie moment.
It feels like acting.
It's too much for acting. But look at the moment when she takes out the phone, and all of the excitement and all of the hyperness, and then when the camera comes, perfect shot. Do you see? I want you to see this moment. Look.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
What a poser.
No, she looks perfect.
The way she put her hair.
It's perfect.
And she was ready.
She was ready. Yes.
I love that.
Because you want that moment with your celebrity photo.
Look how he hugs the kid. I think for me, that's what's the cutest.
Aww.
But I truly cannot believe this is real.
Very cute, and very cute reactions.
But if you notice, he was more comfortable with the boy than with the girl. Like, if you look at his facial expressions here, like, he is so lucky that he is wearing sunglasses. So lucky.
I don't know.
Casey, you know those people who like wear sunglasses all the time? Like, even in the daylight, even in the office. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They just walk in, sunglasses.
It's a look.
And it's a look, but it's like, when I'm talking to them, I'm like, I need to do this too. I need to put on my sunglasses, you know? Give you the same energy back.
I remember amazing designer Michael Cinco. We had him on the show before, and he came in sunglasses, and I was like, he works it. You know, like, not everyone can get away with it, but some people, I'm just like, it just suits you. Like, this is your look, and that's fine.
It is such a look. I feel like it's such a good accessory, and I feel like it's nice to hide your emotions sometimes.
I think there's a bit of drama attached to wearing sunglasses indoors.
You know, I had this teacher, Casey. He was a really tall man, like, very, very tall, very amazing teacher. And he would, and imagine, like, he was super tall, and he would wear sunglasses all the time. So he would be looking down at me, and he was like this tall, like extremely tall, and I just could not read the facial expressions.
When he was teaching, he wore sunglasses?
All the time. He would wear sunglasses all the time.
Looking back on that now,
I think it's funny when I think about it. No, he was a great teacher. He was.
I have no doubt he was a great teacher, but I would question that.
Really?
Because I think you need to have eye contact with someone. Like right now. You know, if I'm over here and you're there, it's hard to it's hard to chat.
No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's important to be able to see
I do.
emotions. Because it's like hiding something. Who knows? It's 8:48 on the Lovin Dubai show. It's Tuesday morning. And next up, we're talking about burnout, boundaries, and being kinder to yourself with the founder of the Kindness Catalogue. Jessie's going to be joining us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Have you ever felt burnout, even when everything in your life looks successful? Today's guest knows that feeling all too well. Jessica Moini-Elam is the founder of the Kindness Catalogue, a platform built for high achievers to rewrite their stress story. Here to tell us how she got there. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to take people back a little bit. You may not remember this, but when I first met you, the very first time, Justin Bieber was performing in Dubai in 2013. People may not remember this. And we went to Sundance.
Yes, we did.
way back then. And I remember at that time, I was just visiting. I didn't live here at that point, but you lived here. And you seemed like you had it going. Like, I remember my brother telling you were, there's the photo.
Yay.
There's me and there's Jessie, 2013, way back when, like a lifetime ago.
You did this to me. You really.
Yes.
You look great. Okay, let's go back. Let's remove that.
I love that.
That was way back. But I remember at that time, Rich telling me that you were killing it in your career. And it just felt like, and you were, from my perspective, you were smashing it. What was really going on?
Yes. Okay, so I moved to Dubai when I was 18, and I've been here for 14 years now. I did what everybody came here to do, which is to try and build a career for themselves. And I did a really good job at that. You know, I was earning the money, I had the title, I was winning awards, got the recognition. But at different points over those 13 years in my corporate career, I was just burnt out and exhausted. You know, I suffered with anxiety, panic attacks, stress-induced alopecia. I lost like 30% of my hair overnight. And the funny thing, yeah. So it's quite a big thing for anyone, but I think especially for a woman. And, you know, the thing was, I was not comfortable enough to talk about it at the time. That's changed completely now. You know, I really do talk about what I'm going through because it helps my clients that I work with. But at the time, I really felt under this immense pressure to keep it to myself because of the shame that was associated with it. Because I thought if I showed that I was struggling, it meant that I was a failure. It meant that I wasn't cut out for the corporate world. I wasn't cut out for Dubai. So I hid it, and at every obstacle, I overcame it. The next one came along, I overcame it, but I definitely suffered in silence for a long time.
It's so interesting because what looks to us like something that's amazing, there's something so different going on. So at that point, what did success look like to you? Like, what were you trying to achieve, and how far were you going at that point to reach it?
Oh, you know, I come from a really humble household back in England, you know, council estate, and I'm really proud of that because my ambition to achieve and to create success in the form of financial success, that was my drive, you know, so I didn't stop. It was 7 days a week, always on. Even when I wasn't at work, it was out socializing with clients. They became my friends. And so my entire life revolved around work. So at the time, that is what success looked like to me until 2019 was the last time I burnt out. And I just sat down with myself and I said, if I don't feel good, what's the point of it all? You know, so I decided that I was going to make some changes, and that started with studying psychology, human behavior, coaching, NLP, and then I implemented everything that I learned into my own life, and I was like, okay, this stuff actually works. You know, a lot of people have this misconception that it's fluffy, it's, you know, positive thinking, affirmations, but there is science behind this stuff. And I really dig deep to find practical tools, which is what I was lacking at the time, which is what I couldn't find anywhere. And then that led me to build the Kindness Catalogue.
So interesting, and it's such an amazing transformation story. But just for people watching, can you describe what burnout is and what it felt like for you? And you said it happened a couple of times. So what are the stages of burnout?
So this is the interesting thing, and this is why it's so hard for people to identify because it looks so different for everyone. I think a common thing that I've seen for myself and amongst my clients is you wake up exhausted after a full night's sleep. And you don't know why. You know, you might be eating all the right food, you might be working out, you might be doing everything right, ticking all the boxes, but you're still tired. That is what I would say is the common theme. But I think other than that, it can show up so many different ways. You know, not finding happiness in the things that usually bring you happiness, snapping at people, getting, irritated easily. But yeah, I think the easiest way to really understand if you're burnt out is checking in with yourself. It seems so simple, but we really neglect the idea of talking to ourselves. We're with ourselves 24/7. On the way to the bathroom, in the middle of meetings, you could literally say to yourself, how are you? What do you need right now to feel better? And a lot of the time we have the answers.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. You said that you weren't able to talk about it at that time. To what extent, if you had a partner, were you able to talk to them?
Yes.
Did your mom know? Did your family know? How inward was it?
Yeah, so I definitely, close circle, they knew, but I think beyond that, because of what I was making it mean that I had failed, I wasn't good enough, it was reaffirming all of these limiting beliefs that I had, which naturally a lot of us have based on, the way that we're either raised or the experiences that we have in school and college and so on. So yeah, I definitely involved my close circle, but beyond that, it took a lot of work. Even when the hair grew back, it was working with coaches, working with therapists, studying it myself to really get the answers, to really understand that my worth isn't linked to my productivity. And at the time, they were the same things for me,
And so tell us about the journey of corporate and now the kindness catalogue. When did one end? How did it end? And how did the other come about?
Okay, so after 2019, my last burnout, I started studying and slowly implemented everything that I was learning into my corporate career. I saw the success. I was a commercial director, so for me, it was one, feeling good, which is what I was learning through coaching, but at the same time, I had a role to fulfill. So it was also the bottom line, the return on investment for the business. So I saw the success twofold across both of those things. And I started to think about how powerful this could be in the corporate environment to professionals. So I started coaching friends, my team, the people that I work with. And eventually, when I saw that this wasn't just a me thing, that this could be used across the board, I decided this time last year, I left and I started the Kindness Catalogue.
Amazing. So you're doing it full time now. Was there any help? We don't need to focus on your workspace specifically, but do you think workplaces can do more to help with burnout? Are there common signs that you would be able to see among employees that workplaces should be kind of looking out for?
Yes, and I do really want to touch on my company, because my company was amazing. Really, when I finally was brave enough to come forward to my boss and say, hey, I don't feel good, I need to make some changes, I need to set some boundaries and so on. He was amazing. Wow. And the company, so a lot of the time it's in our own head that support won't be reciprocated. Sometimes, of course, it is a company culture problem. So yes, there are so many things that corporates can do to incorporate wellness, and it goes far beyond, team building or the odd yoga session or a fruit bowl. It's deeper than that. And I think getting involved with companies like the Kindness Catalogue. So a lot of what we do is we offer free resources, free support online. We also offer one-on-one coaching, but we also work with corporates, and that's something that we're starting to focus on now, going in and really teaching these signs and symptoms and creating, the most important thing is creating this psychological safety and trust amongst teams to be able to communicate with each other and not have the fear that they're going to be fired, afterwards.
It's so interesting. Let's look at a case basis. There's employees in companies, let's say they're not manager level, they're not director level, but they still want to help their colleagues. Yeah. So many of us, maybe we're not in a position of power, but we want to help. So what are signs that I could look out for in my fellow employees that they could be leading towards burnout? And if so, what could I do to help them?
I think having a conversation, you know, a lot of people are masters at hiding how they really feel, but unless you have a conversation and pick up on the signs that somebody is either uncomfortable or unhappy, that will be really, really hard to identify. Other than, you know, the obvious people-pleasing, over-giving, maybe at that point you can sit down with a colleague and say, hey, is everything okay? You know, but yeah, I would say if you are somebody in a company that is looking to support their colleagues, just taking the time to ask them how they are, how their weekend was, how's life going in general. And if you create that safe environment, I'm sure that a colleague needing support will open up.
And you mentioned earlier what it felt like for you as you hit burnout, but what are signs that someone is nearing it?
So the signs that somebody is nearing burnout is, again, just feeling tired when you have had a full night's sleep. It is really finding the things that you would usually find happiness in not fulfilling anymore. Right. And even things that you enjoy almost become a chore, another thing to do, part of the list. And one big thing is listening to the voice in your head. The beliefs that we have are fueled by the thoughts. And so if somebody's approaching burnout, they're going to have a pretty heavy dialogue going on internally. So I'd say as an individual, something that you can listen out for is, you know, the words that you say to yourself in your head. And if you say things like, oh, this isn't good enough, I could do better, I can't be bothered to go in today, and anything that is got a negative spin on it, that is a sign that you may need some help.
It's so interesting to watch your journey, but for people watching today who are going through it, can you honestly say that doing this work, doing this positive talk, doing this gratitude and self-belief, it will transform their lives?
100%, but with a caveat. So it goes so much deeper than that. And honestly, I tried the positive thinking. I tried the gratitude. I meditated every day, you know, for years, and I was still burnt out. So what I would say is that's what makes the Kindness Catalogue different. It is a place full of practical tools, and people that come from corporate, they like strategy, they like structure, and that is exactly what the Kindness Catalogue has to offer. But I think as a starting point, talk to somebody, a friend, family, a colleague. Yes, practice gratitude, do your meditation, do your positive affirmations, and if that still doesn't work, then reach out to a company like the Kindness Catalogue or another coach, a therapist. Like, the help is there if you take the time to go and look for it.
And what does success look like to you now? You said at the beginning of this interview that you were motivated by financial. Now, what is your success story?
So I am, at heart, an achiever. I love the feeling of achievement. So that, of course, still plays an element in what I think success is. But above that is how I feel. It is getting to the end of the day, lying in bed and saying, yeah, you know, that was a good day. It's as simple as that. Yes. And yeah, I think it took me a long time to get there, but honestly, that is the most powerful shift that I've experienced.
It's so simple, but such a lovely feeling, getting into bed and saying, I had a great day.
Absolutely.
And that's what Jessie and the Kindness Catalogue are helping people do, especially high achievers in the workplace. They're here for you. How can people get in touch with you in the Kindness Catalogue if they would like more information?
So we're available on every platform at the Kindness Catalogue. Also our website. We have free resources. We have a free webinar coming up on the 15th of July to talk about work-life alignment. So that's a great one for everyone. But other than that, my DMs are open.
So good. And if you're not experiencing burnout, but you know someone who is, share this interview with them. They could truly benefit from it. Thank you so much, Jessie, for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day, everyone. See you then. Bye-bye.